Hello, greetings. Okay, I just want to announce that on Facebook I'm going to do another announcement. Um, about announcing about announcing. This is an announcement for the announcement about announcing tomorrow. I'll be live on Facebook doing the Q&A questions I do on the web, and also we'll see what comes through. Now, when I download it from Facebook and upload it to YouTube, it is of a smaller quality, so it's not perfect. So it's something new. I'm trying to see how it goes. Not, I might put in an editor, probably not, but I can always put in an editor and let it run for a while. But I'll go into more details on that later. I'm trying new things, trying to reach out to new people, and Facebook seems to be the way to go. That's about it. Okay, all right. We're going to go to a little bit more detail into the Galactic Federation of Light and everything that is in process at this time. Arcturians are playing a big role in this. There's also that one that comes through, but we'll see how much energy I got for that. So much love, blessings, and here we go. Greetings, all. This is I am with Arcturian race. Yes, you'll see me at Disney World. And much of us, we bring your energies closer together. And the idea of that is to bring those that are not familiar with these energies a roadmap. Something familiar to something they are not familiar with. And we are going to continue on this route because it does have a roadmap of the future of where this will have a strong impact on your world. As for awakening many. But all of you have a purpose here of stringing together humanity in its awakening process. Realize now you are in a process. Yes, there are other beings of which, many messages that were not said earlier that will be coming through shortly after my few announcements. Within the Galactic Federation of Light, you are going through many phases at this time. That has been made clear. And that phase is, yes, a blue phase, but also a phase of getting to know each other. As for yourselves, yourself, but also neighbors, yourself. Yes, I'm going all over the place. And of your aliens and of your spiritual teachers. Realize this, that your spirit guides are also going through a learning phase also, not just, you're not going alone, you are all learning together. Not to say we know everything, not at all. But it is brings much excitement to your guides to see you going into this blossoming, opening phase. Now, many of you are going into this. Already, you're aware of this. You're going through many meetings with the galactic families. They're not your typical meetings, but there are conversations as your world goes into an awakening process. All of this is done in astral and other means of travel, but that is not important at this time. What's most important is for you to find your center, your happiness. Those light workers is to find happiness. Yes, you call them light workers, but we call you spiritual beings of awareness. That is humanizing it also, but whatever you want to call yourselves is fine. Realize our energies are going to increase drastically in the coming months. Yes, we've already said this through your skies, but also through your education of our existence. At this time, yes, we're going to be slightly vague to a certain degree because it's not needed to be fully known on what is coming through. But obviously, during this process, your Mars project, your Moon projects that are going on that is not public, much of that information will go through a healing phase of not surrender, but of peace within those places and other places, not just your Mars. Your Venus also has some movement there at this time. Actually, all your planets have a certain amount of movement. That is not exactly all of the positive, but it has much reason because you're going through an awakening process. And the beings on those planets are assisting you at this time more greatly than before. They have been stepping back, but now they feel that it is time for you to connect. Yes, how do I say this word? Uranus. There's many felines on Uranus at this time that will be connecting to you from that planet that call that planet their home. That they will start connecting to you shortly. As for information, as you begin your awakening processes. As for the Galactic Federation of Lights, yes, I have to say that fully, but as of much, your hybridization programs within that facility also is becoming more well known, slightly when needed. As for your first contact connection, you can say the fire has started, but understand it will burn for some time to reach that point of first contact. Not to say that we have it all figured out, it has all come together. Not at all. We still go with your energies, what you want in your environment. But realize this, you are becoming closer to it than you have in a long time. And you will be much a part of it. Do not feel that you are left out. Remember, what is on your mind means much to us. Realize that. Your input means everything to us, all of you. There is not this one, and then everyone doesn't matter. It is all of you that matters in this connection. It will be different for everyone. As for first contact, meaning who will connect with who. Because there will be many beings here, but spiritually, as you can tell, we are all here. As for the physical energies, though, there will be certain species here for that connection. But you are on your way. Yes, some will say it is all up to you when we arrive. Let's put it that way. But you are becoming closer than you ever have. And the details of that will come more clearly as we know them, as we feel that is much needed for you. As for your education of your chakra systems and much healing, that is a big progress right there in understanding of your spiritual position. Understand also your connection to your spirit guides. If that's still a fuzzy area for you, not to worry. As long as you are aware of your surroundings, that says a lot. Your connection will come eventually when the time is right. You still have much to learn also in your incarnation. Meaning not to say you do not need their connection, and meaning that you are going up the stairwell to connect with them. So don't feel like you're spiritually, you understand, rejected. Do not feel that way. You're just on a different process. But remember, you're always loved. And you're all equal here. So don't feel like you are left out. Do not feel that way. Some do. Don't feel like that. Your process is a little bit different. No, it is not a big deal. There is many challenges there for you to be learning at this time. There's a reason for that. So not to worry. You are also understand these lessons is closure, so you do not have to return to this earth. in this incarnation as a human being. Most likely, most of you return as alien, as great assistance to this earth in its transformation. Also, a moment. Realize this also, that those that are not awakened to our energies, that are, what is the word? Skeptical or just not ready for us. Realize much of them will go through another reincarnation process if they choose to do so on this earth in a human form. They are not ready yet for our energies, which is fine. Watch me. There's a being here which should speak to you very quickly. I will leave you now. There's much information that will be conveyed to you in your future time. Much love to you. Always love to you. Always. I am from South Alpha Centauri. Another reptilian. You can call me Mendelssohn. Realize humans those in a human form, as for extraterrestrials, many of them have 3 fingers. Be prepared for that. Meaning they do not need these extra utensils because they are highly evolved beings. They use the telepathy, their energy to move objects, to bring things to them. And you will be taught these things. Not to say you will have 3 fingers, but you will be dealing with many beings with 3 fingers. To put you into a form of knowing. You can say this is type of lessons, a teaching platform to some degree that will be performed here and other places. The knowing of us, your John F. Kennedy, is connected to Alpha Centaurians. He came here in some ways to sacrifice himself for your people, to realize you know the control on your planet. He is more of a humanoid, but also lifetimes as an amphibian being. Realize that in Centauri, there are many worlds that look Earth-like, because we have worlds that are similar to yours that are going through this same process at this time. And your humans of your NASA aren't fully aware of what is going on. Now, those of your projects that are your black projects, whatever you want to call them, they know about it. And they have visited our worlds also. And we told them to get the hell out. We have enough problems already. We don't need your humans here. We already have enough we have to figure out. but your world's protected also to some degree. But remember, you allowed many beings in here early, and it's hard to let them leave because they've been here for so long. Many of your founding fathers are from Alpha Centauri, and you will read, in some ways, our system is like a twin system to yours. Your America is very similar to our countries. We don't call them that, but similar to ours. But yours is quite different in many ways. As for its, the brutality that went through all your nations of your world. But the structure of humanity came from many of our worlds in some degree. Some Anunnaki. When you start going into the details, it does get kind of complicated. In a human way of looking at things, it does get complicated. But your world mirrors other worlds as for its social structures. Yes, you've made it your way, but remember, many beings and you have brought your energies from other worlds into this one to shape your society as it is. As I said, much of it in your world is mirrored from somewhere else. But you made it your own way, so originality is here, yes. It is all original. Some might not understand that, but that's their problem. As for those that are skeptical of our energies, they will just go through several more Earth incarnations in their form. That is not always the case, but many will. They're in denial, and that is fine. They are hilarious to watch, I give them that. The ones that are wise with their words, the ways they think they are, well, they are, but they can be a pain in the ass. And those that have been skeptical of our energies realize they've been a pain in the ass somewhere else. Realize that. Realize those of you that are coming here with love. As for your energies of spiritual awareness, you come here with majority of you do. Those that are skeptical and very negative towards you, realize most of them have been a pain in the ass somewhere else. The reason I'm saying it that way is so that way you can have a more understanding of it. Not to put negativity on it, but they are kind of struggling with their own spiritual selves, as you can tell. They don't know what spirituality is because they disconnected from it. And when they came into this incarnation, they refused to connect with it. It has to be physically in front of them. But realize spirituality is physically in front of you also. As for the beings, but you disconnected from it. As for the rest of the world. But those spiritually aware are aware of your angels, your spirit guides, and they're there. It's just the rest of your world's at a lower vibration. It's just difficult to see them. But they are there. And you know it. And obviously you know we're around also. Some of your candy is from our world. Some of it. You'd be surprised how much you have from other worlds on your world. That has been, yes, originally it has been turned so it is original on your planet. Yes. But it did, the energy of it did, at least the idea, let's put it that way, it came from somewhere else. But you gave it your own spin, so it is yours. It is original. Hopefully that is clear to some of you. Your automobiles came from somewhere else. All of your technology came from somewhere else. It is time to be aware. Yes, our energies will increase here. As for seeing physically, that would be some time. But as for your soul journeys, many of you can see us right now through your energies. Oh, that's right. We'll leave that for some other time. Much love to you. Good night.
I'll see you tomorrow.